I think Nikon has taken so many years, and after that they have made their first APS-C mirrorless camera. Nikon Z50 is the first APS-C size mirrorless camera from Nikon, and with this camera Nikon has entered at a crowded segment of APS-C mirrorless camera to compete with Sony, Fujifilm and Canon cameras. Sony is the most aggressive brand in part of this segment thanks to the number of APS-C cameras it has on sale. First we will talk about the common things in between Sony a6100, a6400 and Nikon Z50. All the three cameras are giving you 11 fps, no in-body image stabilization. All the three cameras are giving you 3.5mm mic jack input but no headphone output, built-in flash, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So first we will talk about the mount of Nikon Z50. Nikon Z50 is giving you same mount of Nikon Z6 and Z7, which was as bigger as half format mirrorless cameras for more lights coming inside the sensor, but it makes manufacturers to make bigger size of lenses for the bigger mount, and Nikon is using the same mount which was made for Z6, Z7 on an APS-C camera. So they have to make bigger lenses to match the mount, and camera is not getting the advantage of bigger mount because it's an APS-C camera only. So the second thing we will talk about the design of the cameras. Nikon Z50 is taller because of centrally placed electronic viewfinder. One advantage of Sony a6400 that this camera is magnesium alloy body and also dust and moisture resistant. The a6100 is not weather sealed. And now we will talk about the video features. No recording time for a6400 and a6100 even in 4K video, bypassing the 30 minutes limitation which is common in many other cameras. All three cameras can record 4K up to 30 frames per second and Full HD up to 120 frames per second. But the Sony Alpha 6100 and Alpha 6400, both the cameras are giving you oversampled 4K video from 6K. The a6400 is giving you two extra advantages. First, it offers the possibility to record with log and HDR gamma curves, which gives you best dynamic range sensor has to offer. With the other cameras, you can use normal profiles designed for stills. And Sony is giving you one more advantage. Both the cameras are giving you upside tilting screen, so you can see yourself and make the video, and even you can attach the tripod on all these cameras. But in Nikon camera it is difficult to use the tripod and use the screen at the same situation because in Nikon Z50 screen moves on the downside. Now we will talk about the lenses. The Sony a6100 and Sony a6400 are the part of E-mount system which is started approx 10 years before, which they are also using on full frame E-mount cameras, which means there is a vast selection of lenses, and also you can use Sigma, Tamron and other third-party lenses, and also you can use full frame E-mount lenses on Sony E-mount APS-C cameras. The Nikon Z mount is much younger than Sony. It started in 2018 with the Nikon Z6 and with the Nikon Z7, and the Z50 is the first APS-C camera in the system, and there are two APS-C lenses so far. One is 60-50 3.5 to 6.3 and other is 50 to 250 4.5 to 6.3. If you want to use faster apertures in Nikon, you need to use full frame camera lenses of Nikon Z6 and Nikon Z7. For the smaller Z50, you can adapt DSLR lenses on all three cameras through the adapters, so you will find more lens options for Sony cameras. And now we will talk about the megapixel of all these cameras. So both the Sony cameras are giving you 24.2 megapixels and Nikon Z50 is giving you 20.9 megapixels only. Now we will talk about the ISO range of all these cameras. Nikon Z50 is giving you 51,200 ISO range and expandable up to 2,04,800. But the Sony a6100 is giving you 32,000 ISO range, but the expandable ISO is up to 51,200. And Sony a6400 is giving you 32,000 ISO range and the expandable ISO up to 1,02,400. So Nikon Z50 is giving you highest ISO range in all these three cameras. And now we are comparing the focusing speed of all these cameras. Sony a6400 and Sony a6100 is giving you 425 phase reduction focus points and 425 contrast reduction focus points. But Nikon Z9 is giving you 209 phase and contrast reduction focus points. Sony is giving you 0.02 seconds focusing speed on Sony a6400. And I haven't ever seen faster focusing than Sony a6400 in any camera. So Sony a6400 and Sony a6100 is giving you more than double focus points than Nikon Z50, and Nikon hasn't disclosed the focusing speed of Nikon Z50, so it can be probably slower than Sony a6400 and Sony a6100. Sony is giving you advanced autofocusing tracking system, and the camera analyzes different type of faces, different type of eyes, brightness, depth and colors. And as I said, I haven't seen better autofocusing than Sony Alpha 6400 in any APS-C camera. And now we will talk about the animal eye autofocus. So Sony is giving you animal eye autofocus in Sony a6400 and Sony a6100. So Sony is giving you real-time eye autofocus for humans and animals both. Nikon Z50 is also giving you eye autofocus, but it is not as faster as Sony Alpha 6400. Now we'll compare the screen of all these cameras. You will find a touch LCD on all these cameras. The one in Nikon Z50 is a bit larger. It is 3.2 inches and Sony is giving you 3-inch screen. So Nikon camera is giving you bigger screen than Sony a6100 and a6400. Now we will talk about the price. The Sony a6100 is the cheapest in between all three cameras. The Z50 is in the middle and a6400 is the highest in price. You can check the prices on internet. So now we will talk about the conclusion. Nikon is selling DSLR cameras from many years, but Nikon is new in APS-C mirrorless cameras. So Nikon is not giving you vast selection of lenses. Sony a6100 and Sony a6400 is giving you vast selection of lenses and also very popular in focusing speed and focusing technology. And there are some issues in Nikon camera because they have made the screen which is moving at the downside, which makes difficult to use the tripod while using the camera. And also the mount is so much bigger, just like Z6 and Z7, which was as bigger as medium format camera. So lenses can be bigger and camera can become bigger because of the size of the mount. So friends, what do you think? Which camera is better for you? Which one you like? Please comment. And friends, if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and please like the video and share the video. Thanks.